My name is Laura Bennett. I am 26 years old. I live a simple life. I work at a small office. I come home early. I married my husband Daniel 2 years ago. Daniel is calm, quiet. He does not talk much. I thought he was just shy. I was wrong. I live with my mother too. Her name is Margaret. She is 48 years old. She is kind. She is gentle. After my father died, I could not leave her alone. So Daniel and I moved into my mother's house. First, everything felt normal, but slowly, something started to change. Dinner. Daniel did not look at me. He looked at my mother. Not in a bad way, not in a rude way, but in a quiet way, a deep way. One day, I asked Daniel, "Are you tired?" He said, "No, I am fine." But he was not fine. I noticed small things. Daniel waited for my mother. Before eating, he asked her, "Did you sleep well?" He smiled more when she talked. One evening, I saw Daniel and my mother talking in the kitchen. They stopped. When I entered, my heart felt heavy. I did not know why. That night, I could not sleep. A strange thought came to my mind. Pushed it away. "No," I said to myself. "That is not possible." But deep inside, I was afraid. My mother, Margaret, was always warm. She smiled a lot. She talked softly. She cared about everyone. But now, she was different. When Daniel spoke to her, she became quiet. She did not smile. She looked down. Sometimes, she left the room quickly. I asked her one day, "Mom, are you okay?" She smiled weakly and said, "Yes, my dear." But I knew that smile. It was not real. One afternoon, I came home early. I heard voices. Daniel and my mother were in the living room. They stopped talking. When they saw me, my mother's face turned pale. Daniel stood up fast. "Everything okay?" I asked. "Yes," they both said. At the same time, that night, I watched my mother closely. She did not eat much. She did not sleep well. I felt something was wrong, but I did not know what to ask. Daniel started changing too. He came home late. He spoke less. When I talked, he listened, but his mind was far away. One evening, I sat next to him. I held his hand. He pulled it back. I felt hurt. Did I do something wrong? I asked. He stayed silent. Then he said, "No, you did nothing wrong." His voice was cold. That scared me. At night, he turned his back to me. I stared at the ceiling. My heart was heavy. I felt lonely, even with my husband beside me. The next morning, I saw something small, but it broke me inside. Daniel made tea. Not for me, for my mother. He placed the cup in front of her. "Be careful, it's hot," he said gently. That was my line. That was my place. My mother looked uncomfortable. She did not touch the tea. She said quietly, "Daniel, please don't." He nodded and walked away. I stood there, watching, feeling something break inside my chest. That day, I finally accepted the truth. Something was happening. Something I never imagined. Something that would change all our lives. I could not stay silent anymore. One evening, I asked my mother to sit with me. Just the two of us. I said softly, "Mom, something feels wrong." She looked at her hands. She did not speak. Continued, "Did Daniel say something to you?" Her eyes filled with tears. She shook her head slowly. "No," she whispered. But that was not the whole truth. Later that night, I spoke to Daniel. Asked, "Are you happy with me?" He looked surprised. "Yes," he said. But his eyes said something else. I asked again, "Then why are you so distant?" He took a deep breath. He stood up. He walked to the window. And then he said the words I never expected. "I am confused," he said. My heart started beating fast. "Confused about what?" I asked. He stayed silent. That silence was loud. The next day, I could not focus at work. My hands were shaking. My mind was full of fear. That evening, I saw my mother crying. In her room, I closed the door. "Mom, please tell me the truth." She looked at me with pain. She said, "Laura, I never wanted this." I felt dizzy. "What do you mean?" I asked. She took my hands. "Daniel has feelings," she said. "But I never accepted them." The room felt small. My ears were ringing. I could not breathe. "Feelings for who?" I whispered. She looked at me. Tears fell from her eyes. "For me," she said. I pulled my hands away. My body felt weak. I sat on the floor. I cried. Not loud, but deep. That night, I locked myself in my room. Daniel knocked. I did not answer. I needed time. Time to understand how my life broke. Without any warning. The next morning, my mother knocked on my door. I did not answer. She said softly, "Laura, please. I need to talk." I opened the door slowly. Her eyes were red. She looked tired. She sat on the chair. I sat on the bed. There was silence. Then she spoke. "Daniel came to me one day," she said. "He said he felt confused. He said he respected me. He said he did not understand his own feelings." I felt pain in my chest. She continued, "I told him this was wrong. I told him you are my daughter. I told him to stop." She looked at me. "I never encouraged him," she said. "I never wanted this." Her voice was shaking. "I stayed quiet," she said, "because I was afraid. Afraid of hurting you. Afraid of breaking this family." I listened. Tears rolled down my face. I believed her. She was my mother. She held my hands and said, "I am sorry you are in pain." I hugged her. For a moment, we cried together. That evening, I asked Daniel to sit with me. My heart was heavy, but my voice was calm. I said, "Tell me the truth." Daniel looked down. He did not deny it. He said, "I never planned this. I never wanted this." He continued, "I felt safe talking to your mother. She listens. She understands." I confused comfort with something else. I asked him, "Do you love me?" He looked at me. "Yes," he said. "But I am ashamed of myself. I hate these feelings," he said. "I know they are wrong. I never crossed a line." I believed him. But belief does not erase pain. I said softly, "You broke my trust." He nodded. "I know," he said. That night, we slept in different rooms, not because of anger, but because we needed space. Space to think. Space to breathe. The next few days were very quiet. No one laughed. No one talked much. We lived in the same house, but our hearts were far away. I thought about my marriage. I thought about my mother. I asked myself one question again and again. Can trust come back? One evening, I spoke to Daniel. I said, "I need honesty and time." He nodded. "I will do anything," he said. "I will leave the house if you want." I spoke to my mother too. She said, "I will move away if that helps you heal." Her words broke my heart. I said, "No, this is not your fault." After many sleepless nights, I made a decision. Not fast, not easy, but clear. I told Daniel, "You need to get help. You need to understand your feelings." He agreed. He said, "I want to be better." We decided to live separately for some time, not to end the marriage, but to save our minds. Months passed. Slowly, pain became softer. Daniel started therapy. He learned about emotions, about confusion, about boundaries. My mother moved to a small apartment nearby. She visited sometimes. Our bond stayed strong. We healed together. One evening, Daniel and I met for coffee. He looked different, calmer. He said, "I am sorry truly." We talked like adults. No blame, no shouting, just truth. Our marriage did not end loudly. It changed quietly. We chose respect over anger. Today, I am stronger. I learned that love is not simple. People make mistakes, but healing is possible when truth is spoken and lines are respected. This is my story, not of betrayal, but of pain and quiet strength. Thank you for listening to this emotional English story. If this story touched your heart, please like, subscribe, and share. More simple English stories are coming soon.